This is Josiah Plays Tyranny. Okay. We are doing this. We're doing it. She's got 175 dodge and she gives no fucks. No fucks are given. $115 lore, 97 lore, 128 lore. Beautiful. Creeping forward. Forwardly creeping. Though the soldiers of Old Stalwart were ripped apart by the magic of Kairos' edict, many of their battle standards remain upright. Remind us of their heroic fight against the disfavored. Okay. Or if I can just take this guy by himself. Verse.
You got it. You got it. You got it.
Of our power seems in order.
I'm on it. Not a problem.
Are there other enemies? It's just him, right?
Tear your skeleton out by your ass.
Oh, she is wrecking this dude. He's getting healed, though. What's healing him? Ash's Aegis is actually healing him. Wow. Set him on fire again.
You got it. You got it. You got it.
Stun him.
Bleed out, you
Skewer
little
him.
shit.
Jimmed! God versus a badass. She's a badass. She didn't get any buff from anybody besides herself that time. She just worked that dude. Took him the fuck to work.
No one will know I was there.
Took him the fuck to work. Oh, there's a bunch of enemies up ahead. Okay, hold on. Back up and do a little pre-buffing.
Just point me in the right direction. I'm on it.
If I must,
As you wish.
easy as can be.
Okay. We're gonna energy shield. We're gonna haste. We're gonna ignite brand. We're gonna static charge. We're gonna spectral blur.
By your command.
And we're gonna mirror image. $280 dodge. And over 100% hit and graze deflection. So beautiful. It's just so beautiful. Quick save. Get up in there.
Just point me in the right direction.
They're all lined up here.
You got it.
Oh, and she can do her line of fire attacks. And it goes through all of them. That's gorgeous. Alright, she's gonna queue up. Everybody else will just casually walk up here.
You got it.
Lines of fire. Lines of fire. Speaking of lines of fire, let's fulminate first to make him more vulnerable to lightning. These two come walking up
No
here.
dice.
Stop being sneaky. There's the fulmination. Now the Now the ball lightning will go through all of them. First is going to finish this one off. Siren, come on.
That's a negative.
Aria of Storms. Let's stun this guy in the back. Electric Jolt, everybody. Let's see if I can
You got it.
Sun Spear right through everybody.
That can't be done.
That motherfucker just got destroyed. Okay, well that was beautiful. Wow, they're dropping perps. A javelin and a greatsword. Though, look how much money those are worth. Look at how much money that greatsword's worth. It's amazing. Oh, we got a boulder we gotta move. Oh, there's the friendlies we're looking for. Path is blocked by an enormous boulder. I can move the boulder with 35 athletics, or I can pry it with a sturdy metal pole. Athletics. We're all affected by the Edict of Storms. Hold! The soldiers, weary from lack of nourishment, scramble to draw weapons and snap to attention as the apparent leader steps forward to address you. I don't recognize you. Are you with the Unbroken? Yes, we helped Elliot defend the camp. There's still time to escape. That's a relief, he says, dropping his guard. We thought you were here to kill us. Our hope is to escape the canyon, but until Kairos' forces leave, we're stuck here. Is the area clear of hostiles? I will scout the area and let you know if Kairos' patrols are still lurking about. Oh, I just leveled up and I got a Gruesome Blows favor ability. Frighten nearby enemies when you critically hit with your weapon. Huh, that's pretty cool. Quest updated. You found the scavengers, but they can't leave until the enemy soldiers in the junkyard at Rust Canyons are eliminated. Leveled up, we'll get some more finesse. And we shall... what next? Plant your banner. I do want that banner. That banner thing is awesome. So I need to spend one more point here. Switch positions with the target ally. Everyone in the party regains a portion of their maximum health when any party member kills an enemy. Holy sh... that's awesome. Taking it. Everyone... it affects everyone in your party. That's so good. So good. Alright. The way clear for my crew to escape. I'll let you know. But first I'm going to take
There.
your loot.
My larcenous deed for the day is now complete.
Arm's way. Mead. This campfire smells of rust and burnt hair. Whoever built it struggled with the Rust Canyon's scarcity of kindling. What is this? It's a dagger with plus 21 accuracy, yo. Plus 1% bonus damage for every 1% missing health. This needle-sharp dagger twitches as if longing to say to hunger for blood. That is beautiful. So much accuracy gain. So it could replace Vile Tongue or it could replace Heart of Battle. I think it's going to become the main hand. Vile Tongue's going to be the offhand. Heart of Battle, you've served me well, but you're done. Go through the area with all the dead bodies. Dead bodies everywhere. Alright, let's come over here. Oh, we got enemies up ahead.
You got it.
Not a problem.
Do I really need to?
By your command.
Okay.
Will do.
She got all them buffs. Let's go.
Look at that.
Is it just one guy? That's adorable.
Not a problem. Bleed out, you little shit.
Stunned.
You got it.
On fire.
You got it.
That volcanic weapon buff is so fucking cool. Where the fuck does this guy think he's going? No.
You got it.
First punch.
Did he get taunted? Didn't work? Mocking Iron grazes. Alright, try him with the other taunt.
You got it.
Thank you.
You got it.
Oh, very nice. Very, very nice. Pain touched gauntlets. Plus to control grave light. So these are an upgrade. These are an upgrade. So that's good. %, deflection. Sweet.
You didn't see nothing.
Okay, hold on. Still heading for this loot over here.
I'll be your shadow.
There's an Earthshaker. By himself? Lol.
You got it.
Oh, the stun didn't work. Skull Splitter missed.
Demonstration of our power seems in order.
You got it.
dude. She is kicking his ass. He is getting a lot of healing from Ash's Aegis, though. Junkyard has been cleared of enemies. The unbroken soldiers to the northeast may now leave in safety. That's all the enemies, huh? Well, here's the loot I was looking for. Fruit, beast bud, pollen, iron gauntlets. Okay. Cool. Another one of those flags. Alright, we'll go that way momentarily. More loot. More potions. This game gives you plenty of damn potions. Gotta say that for it. The equipment of both disfavored and unbroken soldiers are embedded in these jagged rocks. The destruction of Kairos' edict did not distinguish ally from enemy. Yeah, they're all just stuck right in the rocks. Why am I feeding all the XP to Vera? Because she's the most important character. But if she backstabs you in, that would suck. That would suck. Welcome back, Anonymous. Good to see you. Wait, trap detected. Any other traps? The way is clear. She's the tank. She's like the anchor of the party. If she's strong, everybody's strong. If she goes down, my squishy 3 casters will just get slaughtered. The path is clear. My thanks, the leader says. We are eager to reunite with the rest of our group. The men gather their gear and depart. Free favor.
It's a tough job being so remarkable all the time.
Some leveling up has just occurred. We freed the scavengers and they have safely returned to their camp. Okay, that's done. We need to defeat the remaining soldiers to clear a path for the rebels. Level up. Let's get that 20 wits. We still don't have enough for empowered elements. I need to spend some more. Let's get Clear Mind. When she's not taking damage, which is most of the time, her recovery time will be reduced and she'll strike twice with normal attacks. That's pretty cool. We'll take that. Alright, good. She's gonna need to train. She's gonna need to train. Camping supplies. Okay, now we're going up this way. Cool looking map. The Rust Canyons. Fatebinder! Jacobus advances with murderous intensity in his gaze. I lost soldiers in that attack. Good northerners who won't see their homes again. Send their eyes to the north. That's fucked up. I'm gonna say nothing. Graven Ash will never forget this. His anger is something only an Archon can comprehend. Although I'm becoming an Archon, as far as the letters we've been exchanging with the one Fatebinder seems to suggest, I may be very well becoming an Archon. I hope for your sake that you have the decency to die here. He delivers a signal to the rest of his cohort. Attack the Fatebinder! Alright, motherfuckers. Oh, I'm getting a lot of sass right now. Okay, Verse, you just need to go running out there all crazy.
Come at me,
Seraphina, pop one of these onto Verse. Verse, just run out here so you can get attacked. No, dude. No.
You got it.
Pop this. Okay. Seraphina, start putting some buffs on Verse. Like, for example, Night Brand. And Static Charge. And
You got it.
alright, so she's got her main buff on. We've got a whole bunch of these assholes. Alright, Earthshaker. It's Skull Splittered. Why can't I cast that on him? Why can't I shoot him with that? I can. Okay. Good. We're gonna stun him. Seraphina is going to drop this. Actually, no. Keep buffing. Put Mantle of Flames on Verse. Ebb. Fulmination. Siren. Run up here.
No dice.
And do Aria of Storms. Alright, no, don't go chase it after him now though. That's not great.
You got it.
Because now these guys have got the idea that they should attack mages, and I don't want them attacking mages. The taunt failed. Not good. Okay, no, never mind. It didn't fail. He's taunted. Let's skewer this guy. Well,
You got it.
That's awesome. Magefire frozen. Magefire frozen. This guy thinks he's gonna go do some shit, huh? Locking iron on him. Oh, he's about to die. Fuck him. Just let him go. Just let him die. We'll just, we'll do a little of this. And we'll do a little of... No. No, we won't do that. We'll do a little of this. Man, these AoEs... There's one thing about this game that's super obnoxious. Which is, for some reason, you've got an AoE like this. This is Fireball. You can't just cast it where you want. I can't just cast it right here where it would hit all three of them. I have to target it on an actual character. Which then it makes it end up only hit... You know what I'm saying? It's kind of ridiculous. Let's just flash fire some dudes. Wait. Did I do that right? There we go. Do this. Verse. Do this. Yeah, that's better. Watch her, just look at her just wrecking this dude. Alright, fine, we'll give somebody else a chance. She's just gonna literally stand there. Alright, you can rebuff yourself, though. We'll give somebody else a chance to kill some motherfuckers. Let's see, what do I want to use? What do I even want to use? Let's let... She doesn't even have any attack spells besides Sun Spear. Well, we have dailies and shit. Let's try something that, like, stuff that we never ever use, like... Let's Mother's Embrace this guy.
I'm on it.
Hey, nobody
Did it work? No, it only grazed him.
Saw that, right?
Repelling Blast. Oh shit, now she's getting attacked.
Not
yourself. Nonsense is
Paralyzed. For a while. What other spells do I hardly ever use? I hardly ever use Phantom Bolt.
Hey,
Nobody saw that, right?
Because Phantom Bolt is boring, that's why. What did it even do? It says it hits him. But it didn't seem to do much. Fine, Tratus's call
Not a
is
problem.
cool. Alright, I know what we'll kill him with. I know what we'll kill him with. We'll use the combo ability with Siren. I have too many damn abilities. Look at all these combo abilities, for fuck's sake. Shattered Stone. We'll get him with that.
Let's sing them a little something. Next time, cover your ears.
That was pretty easy. Even on hard, I'm finding things to be pretty fucking easy. With this party. Magic is really powerful in this game. The battle is over. The clash of iron and bronze fills the air for a few moments longer, until Elia finishes dispatching a disfavored soldier. Elia nods at you, her face showing the hint of an appreciative smile. Many thanks. We won't forget how you bled with the Unbroken. Since we're both still standing, I'll keep my word to you. You were looking for an artifact, right? Aye, and we've been searching for some time. She glances around with evident exhaustion. You try finding anything useful in this garbage heap. Baby difficulty. Hard isn't a baby difficulty. It's hard. It's supposed to be. It's right there in the name. Matthias sent us hunting for the remains of Regent Aspeson. Before the war, he was known for carrying an artifact called the Steadfast Insignia. Her eyes twinkle as she says the name. What is the Steadfast Insignia? It's a symbol of stalwart's determination in battle. Before the war, Regent Aspeson wore it pinned to his cloak, and his soldiers grew more daring on the battlefield when they saw him enter the fray. They say it can marshal forces to stand tall against any threat, and give them the strength to march with purpose without taking harm. When you think about it, I bet the insignia could let an army stand against Kairos' wind wall. When you think about it, you're acting like this is some scientific shit you're talking about here. There's absolutely no reason to think that it would actually do that, beyond sheer hope. You could even stride into Sentinel stand like you were enjoying clear skies. What did you learn about the Regent? We were looking for the Regent's body. Instead, we found records of his past movements. Just after the edict hit, he was on his way to what we now know is a breach in the old walls. I couldn't say what he thought he would find there, except its wild dwellers and an early death. She frowns at the thought. If he planned on unleashing the bane on the disfavored, I might have told him he was as dumb as Ash's hammer. We sent a small team led by one of our best, Gregos, to investigate the breach. It's said to be a cursed place and crawling with bane. Likely as not, the steadfast insignia is there. Gregos travels with a small contingent of sages. Who better to bring on an expedition into the old walls than some dusty librarian? How did a breach form in the old walls? Damn fine question. Either the Edict of Storms blasted a hole in the ancient stones, or something blasted its way out. Speculation like that is the stuff of nightmares. So, where do you go from here? Away from Rust Canyons. I received word that they are still disfavored in the area, but it sounds like the Legion is in full retreat. I doubt they're in any hurry to feed more bodies to the storm. You've been quite the asset to the Unbroken. Considering the victories you've earned us, I'd say you deserve all the praise we can heap on you come the war's end. Thank you again for everything. I know there's still much to be done at the Old Walls Breach and elsewhere. Up to favor 4 with Unbroken. If you have any questions, my time is yours. How do I get to the local spire? There's no direct road, but a breach in the Old Walls is said to lead to the Ocean Spire's floor. If you're dead set on making the journey, you'll come across worse foes than the Unbroken. Farewell. Alright. Seats of Power. You have learned that the spire in the Blade Grave is located near a breach in the Old Walls. Now it's just a question of how to navigate through the storm to get there. We hoped Elia and the Unbroken escape Rust Canyons. Mattias will be pleased. Alright. Gotta go to the breach. That's it. Just gotta go to the breach. Gotta go to that breach. Super close to leveling. So as soon as those two level, we'll go train again. Horn Baldur, Ironwalker's Crest, an Earthshaker Hood, Tireless Protector. Oh. It's an upgrade from what she's using. Also gives you plus 5% health while has wounds every 6 seconds. Wow. That's a sweet shield. This shield is nearly ready to split in half, but something other than stubbornness has kept it fused together over the years. Like an old and weathered disfavored sentry, it won't give up its assignment unless formally discharged from duty. That's a sweet shield. It's all mangled looking. Alright. Shouldn't you know? Yeah, I know where the spire is, like, in the landscape. Obviously, it's right there. But that doesn't mean I know how to actually get inside it. Or, you know, how to find the entrance to it. But apparently going through this Old Walls breach is the way forward. Elia, have anything else to say? No. Where's the rest of the loot? I will now search the rest of the map for more loot. Alright, we've searched the whole map now. That's camping supplies. That's camping supplies. Thought they had vegetables with gift shops and stuff. Well, even if I could find my way into it at the base, just getting to the base of it in this terrain, which is all full of canyons and walls of rock and twisted paths and stuff, just figuring out how to physically travel over land to get to the base of the spire would be hard. You know what I mean? We could wander around lost in all these canyons and rock walls and shit for weeks. She's got a legendary sword now. Dauntless. It's pretty badass. Pretty badass. Alright. Let's get out of here. Going to the Old Walls Breach, I suppose. We've already been everywhere else. Already been everywhere else. Scouts have recently confirmed the presence of an opening leading into the old walls at this location. The immediate area is likely dangerous given the high risk of Bane infestation. The breach is not far from the site where the unbroken regent, Epistratos, famously clashed with disfavored forces at the close of the war. Okay, we'll load this bad boy up. Loading it up. We may be the Archon of Spires. Becoming the Archon of Spires. Zone boss is coming. Yeah, I would think so. Very dark. Who's that guy? Oh. Unbroken. Oh, there's Gregos. He's the dude. Some more loot. Heavy cloth sandals. Don't think anybody's gonna wear those. No. Tines of bedrock dot the landscape, providing little... Okay. We'll talk to him now, I guess. At attention! A band of unbroken warriors rouse into position as their leader stands alert to your presence. Belay weapons! The Fate Binder approaches! You hear your title repeated in hushed tones by a gathering of unbroken soldiers. Their leader steps forward with a bow. I received word of an ally in Tunan's court, though I doubted my ears at first. I'm Gregos, and this, he points back to his men, is what remains of the 4th citizen cohort of the Unbroken. We are honored to meet you. He points to the stone horizon behind him. My crew and I have been stuck, risking our necks over some antique hunt. I've already lost 2 soldiers to those old walls terrors, and I've got more missing in action. We were hoping to die fighting the disfavored, not adding our bones to the old walls. What is it you require? Tell me of the creatures you encountered. We've all heard tales of the fiends that sometimes lurk near the old walls. The Honorable Sage assures me that literate men know them as scourges. Whatever you call them, they are abominations. Not flesh and blood, but able to claw through the living all the same. Between you and me, Gregos' voice grows quiet. He steps close to you. I think the scourges are servants of Kairos, guarding the old walls, spying on us, reporting to their master. He shrugs. I'm just speculating. Maybe ask the sage, Hieronymus, what he knows. Hieronymus Bosch? The sages are assisting you.
In a manner of speaking.
Gregos glances at the man in camp, festooned with ink vials, quill pens, and scroll cases.
The sages were independently researching the fate of the first regent. Once they learned of our common interest, they insisted on sending representatives to assist our efforts. They have been with us since our time at Rust Canyons. We started with Hieronymus and his scribe, Javala.
His voice cracks on the last word.
The late scribe Javala. He did not survive our foray into the old walls.
I understand you're looking for the remains of the first regent.
Yes, a special assignment.
Gregos coughs nervously.
It feels a bit of fool's work, but I don't make a habit of questioning our captain.
He points at the ruins rising up behind him.
We believe the first regent's remains rest within this expanse of the old walls. A rumor we cannot afford to ignore, as he carried the steadfast insignia, our most prized artifact. The first regent was lost in Kairos' storm. We found nothing of his remains or regalia. Old writings at Rust Canyon showed that he meant to come to these old walls, but there was no trace of him outside. The esteemed sage,
he points to a tall, older gentleman standing at the edge of the camp,
says he found evidence all but confirming that the first regent wandered into this nearby breach. But those creatures of mist attacked us when we tried to enter the old walls.
He shakes his head and his voice becomes quiet, and his eyes cast downward.
Killed a couple of my newer recruits and one of the sages that offered to search with us. Now we sit, wait, nurse our wounds. I can see panic in their eyes, but I'll soon have to order another foray into the old walls.
Elia sent us here to help.
She's still alive! It's about time the currents shifted in our favor.
He looks back to the men and women in position behind him.
Hear that? Elia is still kicking. Let's hope they're giving the disfavored no lack of trouble.
Why is the steadfast insignia so important? I'm just asking you out of a sense of completeness. I've actually already spoken about the steadfast insignia at length with like 3 other motherfuckers who all told me the exact same thing about it. So maybe you will be number 4. Why is the steadfast insignia so important?
His back stiffens. We're not talking about any old bit of bronze scrap. The steadfast insignia has...
He searches for the right word until it comes to him with a nostalgic tone.
Meaning. Real meaning to the people of Stalwart. The Unbroken have never lost to a foreign invader.
Okay, that's not true. You guys can keep telling yourselves that, but the disfavored came down here and whooped your ass. He taps the back of his gauntlets 3 times.
And through the ages, the steadfast insignia has been worn by every first regent to lead our army.
I'm not one to doubt that a symbol can make a difference on a battlefield, but I'll be damned if I invest as much hope in one as these fools.
Something about the insignia rallies our countrymen. It's a symbol of the first regent, but over the years it's come to represent something more.
Gregos looks to his feet with a sigh.
We have always bent in the wind, never broken. We could recover. Steadfast insignia. I wager we could even march through Kairos' storm without taking a scratch.
That, again, doesn't make any sense, but we're gonna go with it. The Unbroken. So really, you guys are just the Bendy. The Unbroken, I could just call you, instead of the Unbroken, you're the Ever-Bending. I will look for the first regent. Gregos looks at you for several long seconds before smiling and nodding. Those are long seconds. Don't confuse those for just regular seconds.
If you would be willing to explore the old walls on our behalf, we would be in your debt. The breach is nearby, overrun with those terrors. We didn't venture all that far before we had to retreat, so there's no telling what lies in wait further in. Speak with Sage Hieronymus before you enter the old walls. No doubt he'll have better knowledge of what to expect.
He looks you up and down, his countenance growing anxious.
And show at least a little caution. I could not handle the shame if our cowardice led to your demise.
As if your cowardice wasn't shameful enough. He turns to Verse with a mixed expression.
Don't presume to judge me, Scarlet Fury. I'm sure your atrocities are without count.
Her atrocities really probably are without count. And every single one makes me proud, she says evilly. He motions to Hieronymus and the old man walks slowly over to you.
You'll need to get the details of what's going on inside from him.
Right, so you just told me like 9 times to talk to this sage. Oh, and here he is. The sage. I have nothing with the Sage's Guild. Tapping the squib of his quill. Squib. It's a great word. His squib. He's a squib tapper. Tap that squib. Of his quill with an ink-smudged index finger, the tall man smiles wide.
Well met, Fatebinder of Tudon.
He's got the same voices as all the other sages, basically. Same voice as Lantry because, you know, sage. He bows as he greets you.
I believe your fame precedes you. Alas, mine does not. You may know me as Sage Hieronymus.
I don't know you as anything.
How may this humble servant of letters be of assistance?
He runs his fingers through his hair, resting his quill behind his ear, and his squib.
I understand that we both seek items within yonder old walls.
What are sages doing here with the Unbroken?
Let us say we are sympathetic to each other's causes.
He clears his throat.
It also helps that we're both interested in the arcana of yesteryear. The Regent artifacts are supposed to be fascinating specimens, and no sage would, in good conscience, refuse an opportunity for study.
Tell me about yourself. They're probably afraid of her. Or they're afraid of me.
I am Hieronymus, journeyman of the School of Ink and Quill. I scribed under Gaver's Crane, and 17 tomes are bound by my hand.
He coughs, his gaze at his feet.
All other details are just vanity. I am more accustomed to studying others than extolling my own facts.
All right, Mr. 17 Tomes. I'm looking for the steadfast insignia. Tell me what you know.
Artifacts are a fascinating business, are they not? If this motherfucker tells me, you could probably go right through that wind wall if you had this thing.
I'm gonna fucking... Seriously. Everybody says that shit, like, just in case you weren't paying attention when you talk to the other 6 NPCs about this.
Artifacts are a fascinating business, are they not? And Stalwart's decorated military history yielded so much intrigue around them. The steadfast insignia was prominently displayed in every unbroken battle where Regent Aspusin fought. Over the years, it became something of a rallying marker, and its presence alone accounted for many notable victories.
Hieronymus shakes his head with a sigh, gesturing toward the massive stone horizon of the old walls.
It lies within, but no good discovery is without its pitfalls.
He points toward a wide breach in a nearby section of the ancient stone facade.
The Unbroken and I were attempting to recover a few relics of interest from the old walls, but a swarm of scourges put a halt to that plan. We recovered a torch key during our ill-fated first attempt to breach the old walls. I have seen fashioned stones like it before, but what we don't know about them would fill a library.
Hieronymus points with a shaky finger.
Unfortunately, when we were attacked, we got separated from Gregos' men, and one of the soldiers still has the torch key. His corpse does, to be exact.
What does this torch key do? I already know what it does. I've got like several torch keys on me that I've already used before. But suddenly my character has forgotten what torch keys are.
It appears to be part of a lock and key system within the old walls. If only we could replicate such crafts on as grand a scale as the builders of this place.
He shakes himself from reverie.
In any event, you'll need the torch key if you want to scour the ruins below. There, you would probably expose so much lore here. Maybe. Alright, where is the soldier's body? Just southeast of the breach. Take care, those beasts may still be on the hunt. What are the next steps? I mean, why would I ask that? It's fucking obvious what the next steps are. Go there to the breach. Find the torch key on the dude's body. Kill the scourges. Go in the place. Why am I even asking this? What are the next steps? Once you get the torch key, you'll be able to venture past the first chamber. He pauses for a moment. Of course, given our aborted efforts, you can understand why I'd be hesitant to re-enter the old walls. My scribe, Javala, didn't survive the trip. The poor girl. I'll answer any questions you have. Though you'll have to tell me more of interest than the other way around, I'm sure. Alright. Alright. Here we go. Here we go. Let's ask about the steadfast insignia, because I don't think we know enough about it yet. I just want to know so much about the steadfast insignia. What of the steadfast insignia? It's just a simple trinket to the untrained eye, but every first regent since before the Unbroken earned that name wore the badge into battle. Stalwart folk are ever famous for standing their ground, and the steadfast insignia embodies their immovable nature. The wearer can resist any charge, push, or shove. That's kind of boring. Once in a while they pop in and say something relevant that's not just antagonistic. Well, not very often. Mostly they're just antagonistic. Lantry's the one that would pop in with more useful things. The rest of the companions are all pretty fucking evil. Lantry's the only one in the party that's, like, neutral. It's possible Kills in Shadow is kind of neutral and animalistic, but definitely the other four are all evil. Barrack, Verse, Siren, and Ab. Well, is Ab evil? She could be chaotic neutral, maybe. Yeah, Ab's not super evil, I guess, compared to the others. Barrack, Verse, and Siren are 100% evil, though. He smiles, pointing to the ground, where heavy footprints are visible under layers of rust and sand. The layers of rust let you judge the edge of footprints here in the Blade Grave, and these tracks heading into the old walls date back to the opening days of Kairos' storm. My working hypothesis is that the only person with her feet on the ground during the peak of the storm would be the bearer of the steadfast insignia. Okay, this is starting to make sense now. If its power is it makes you immune to being knocked down or pushed or anything, that would actually make sense of why you'd be able to go through the fucking wind wall with it. So, finally somebody's giving me information that seems logical, instead of just, this thing was cool, so if we had it, I'm sure we could get through the wind wall, without ever explaining why. The only person with their feet on the ground during the peak of the storm would be the bearer of the steadfast insignia. Hieronymus aims his finger along the footprints in rust until he's pointing at the old walls. But I suppose we won't know for certain until we look. Although I don't know how it's supposed to make all 4 of my party members able to pass through the thing if it only makes the wearer immune to... But whatever, let's not worry. Maybe it does it in an AoE. That's possible. What are you seeking in the old walls? My research suggests that within these nearby old walls are a set of stones carved with ancient script. For lack of a better term, I call them stones of elucidation. His hand darts to his satchel, producing a hand-drawn sketch of an ordinary circle. I know this sketch doesn't capture the wonder, and frankly, we don't really know what they do.
We have found spheres of identical size, but differing glyphs in over a dozen disparate regions of the old walls. As we find more of these stones, we can compare commonalities in sigils. With a large enough collection to study, we hope to crack the language of the old walls. Who can guess what we might learn then? Hieronymus blushes. It's been a slow process. Instructing dead languages without living witnesses is singularly frustrating. It is a tall request, but I doubt Tunon selects fools for Fatebinders. I could use someone with your metal to brave the old walls. I am pretty fucking metal. They'll probably get sucked into a limnado and be torn apart. Luckily you have 3 spare companions. What's in it for me? For you? He looks askance, his chin resting in his ink-stained hand. I want a copy of one of your arcane texts. Such a steep request! His eyes widen with surprise before a smile creeps over his face. But you certainly have refined tastes, and it would be an honor to have a Fatebinder annotate a manuscript of mine. He scratches his chin for a long moment before slowly nodding. Help me, and I'll pay you in the future with something bound just for you. I'll consider your request. That is all I can expect. The sage bows with a nod. What can you tell me of the old walls? Hieronymus' eyes widen. I could speak volumes, Honorable Fatebinder, but I will summarize. The old walls predated settlement of the tiers. The passageways crisscross the landscape, but most good folk steer clear. Kairos' laws forbid entry, which hasn't always been a problem for us, but even we saw the good sense to stay out. Explorers have found old artwork, funerary remains, and other relics of a civilization predating our own. Hieronymus lets out a long sigh as he looks at the towering wall behind him. But most find a quick death in the old walls, as the current inhabitants are inhuman predators, creatures of arcane power that appear to travel on the mists. These are totally the Fae from fucking Masquerada. What should I expect inside? Wait, let me guess. Bane. The worst? He looks at you with a puzzled smile, his mouth moving in several half-starts. The old walls are filled with arcane beasts that attack erratically, and with little warning. My colleagues can only speculate on what they are, or what possible sustenance, if any, they find in the old walls. That said, if you see one, it would be unwise to approach it and ask clarifying questions. No, Anonymous. There's old walls and spires all over the world, all over Tyrannis. There's a bunch of them up north. I think they said there's like... It was either like 30-some spires or like 70-some spires in the world. And there's 5 of them here in the tiers, so... I think it was like 30-some spires. Can you deliver a message for me? Not currently, motherfucker. His arm instinctively lifts up, his gloved hand raised slightly above his ear, arm crooked to create a landing surface for a bird. He looks skyward, blinking as he searches the clouds for several long moments. My Sunder Dove is carrying another missive at the moment. When she's returned, there may be room on her bindle for a note or two. That's all. Farewell. Alright. Breach between worlds. The Stones of Elucidation. Hieronymus said the item you need to get into the old walls is on the body of an unbroken soldier who fell in battle, southeast of the breach. Find his body and get the torch key. The Stones of Elucidation. Hieronymus wants you to get the 2 Stones of Elucidation from the old wall's breach. Retrieve the Stones of Elucidation for Hieronymus. Hieronymus has tasked you with recovering the Stones of Elucidation from the old wall's breach. I've been tasked. Tasked. I got some iron griefs. As I was reading, Tines of bedrock dot the landscape, providing little shelter from the constant winds. Okay. We will check this place out in our next episode. That is going to do it for this one. So, thank you for watching. This has been Josiah Plays Tyranny.